When you think of June, I think of bright colors, sunshine, and that just naturally led me to Gerbera daisies, which is a fantastic summer flower to me. I wanted to give it a little bit of a twist and give it some bling. What I did is I wanted to use some gorgeous gemstones. I put bling bling in the middle of the Gerbera daisy here, and I also put some bling bling right on the lily grass that I used. Just a little bit of detailing. I am a detail person. I think the more you can get up to an arrangement and actually look at it and see different things everywhere. And I wanted to do something a little different, so I went with a different color, right? Because we've seen the pink, so now I'm going to mix it up and show you. I mean, I like the monochromatic pink on pink with the gems, but now we're going to go ahead and show you something a little different. So I got in some beautiful orange Gerbera daisies, and we're going to do that with the green gems, all right? Because green and orange are complementary colors. They do look nice together. I like them together. What I did was I went ahead and I'm going to cut this off a little bit. And in order to get it to mold the way I want it to, because sometimes it's a little more difficult with Gerbera daisies, you want to bend them and they don't bend, I'm inserting a 0.2 gauge wire right up the neck of it. And I know some florists still do this regardless, but I don't think you need to do it unless you have a specific reason to. It's just at the top there, you got to kind of hold the gerb the way you want it to insert, and it stands up nice and straight, and then afterwards we can get it a nice cut. But just remember, now that you've gone ahead and wired all this, you wouldn't want to go using your really expensive shears on it and getting them all dull, so you'll have to use some wire cutting. Now we've got to assemble. We have our rectangular vase, we have bear's grass. I mixed it up with a little bit of lily grass, and I'll show you why. Because I wanted to give it just a little more zing. But since we're blinging it out, bling, 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 keep the bling going, right? So I went down to Michael's. But what I found was a self-adhesive gem. I did it on the pink, and it worked absolutely fantastic. And all you do, because they're self-adhesive, you just take a piece. And what I do with lily grass, I sort of just kind of give it a little bit of a curve, and you just stick it on, and it's stuck on. Again, you don't want to like do it on every single strand. Personally, I like doing it just enough to give it a little bit of interest. You always want to do whatever colors you're using here, you want to just kind of complement that. And since we discussed it, we're going to do the green and the orange colors together. That's why I went with the green gems. Oh, look at that. So we're going to take this nice bear's grass, and I'll grab my extra bits of lily grass in just a minute. Now I wanted a nice big chunk, but I really wanted it to be dramatic. And bear's grass is such an inexpensive green that you may as well, because you're given that opportunity. Now I'm going to cut this off. In some cases, depending on what I'm doing, I actually like leaving the roots on the bear's grass, because I find it kind of gives it some interesting texture. But in this case, I don't want any more than I have to have. So now, since we're going to be doing this is going to be our look. So that's a nice right height, and I'll insert those after. We'll start with our gerbs. So now that they're wired, we can gently being the word, sort of manipulate those Gerbera daisies where we would like them to go. You may as well learn from my experiences, but look at that. Now I have whatever curve I want because we put those in. Those great wires that are helping us. And this is what I mean about fussing. This actually does take a little bit of fussing. There we go. It's fantastic so far. Look at that grass just coming out. Okay, and then, again, because we put the wires in, so make sure I like it. I think I do. We're going to cut these greens with my handy dandy wire cutters. The other thing I did is I just taking a wristlet and I cut off the ribbon, right? And so I just have the band, and I'm going to put that on to hold it together. It also adds a bit of interest in your vase. You have to put that lily grass in too. So now let's insert the lily grass a little bit by bit. And I want to do it towards the front because, of course, all that beautiful gem work, you don't want it to be hidden. Okay. Oh, that looks absolutely spectacular. All right. Now I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'm going to just to make it tight. And you know what? I did this and nobody even noticed because the band is so big. There. Just to give it a little bit of securing. No, I promise you, you won't notice in the vase. There we are. Alrighty. Now it's time we're going to add the gems. Alrighty. Here. I want to keep this sort of going right to the corner. That's going to be the main event of this one. And I want you to be able to see this gorgeous line. So now I'm going to have to sort of hand dip stuff down there. I got too big of a handful. Four hands, I'm telling you. Oh, look at the color against the gorgeous orange gerbs, I can tell you. But see, it's just limited to your imagination. It doesn't have to be gerbs, it can be any line flower you like. It could be anything, veronicas, I don't know. Anemones would be great. And the final touch we have on this particular arrangement is we're going to add in gems into each one of the Gerbera daisies. Now you can go to Michael's and get little gems and glue them on and fuss with glue strings and God knows what else. Or Lomi has now created a beautiful diamond pin that is just inserted into the Gerbera daisies. Now remember, you don't want to insert it and then have a pin sticking out and some poor schluck's going to touch it and bleed all over Grandma's, beautiful linen tablecloth. So you're going to cut it and make sure it just goes in so it stays. And remember, when you cut, hold the head and also hold the tail because you don't want to cut it and have this pin go flying off and your coworker next to you is going to be blind. So that's never a fun thing. So just hold it and then it comes apart and doesn't go crazy. And then you're just going to literally insert it. Let me just tilt it here. Into the middle of the Gerbera daisy to give it a little bit more bling. And as I said, bling is the thing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do all these. And it just takes a second. And you know what? I use these Lomi gems on a whole bunch of things, not just Gerbera daisies, but I will actually put them right in the middle of a tulip. So when the tulip opens, it'll open and a little gem is sitting in there. It costs nothing, but we charge for it. And people love it. I put it in Cymbidium orchids before, like on the little beard of the orchid. I put it there. Wherever your little imagination decides to tell you to put it, you can put it. Oh, so pretty. It's amazing what we come up with in the industry. It's a really quick, easy finishing touch that makes all the difference in the entire world. And that's it. And that, my friends, is June in a nutshell. Or in a candy jar, because as I've been told, this reminds us of candy. And we all love candy, so enjoy, have fun, and just let your imagination go hog wild. Thanks.